Awesomeness guy in his Wiltshire Wartortles. That is a mouthful to say. Anyways, let's check out his team. He's got rocking Jirachi, Mega Venusaur, Infernape, Thundy T, Sylveon, Blastoise, Latias, and Diggersby, as shown in the bottom right corner. Jirachi is a credible, versatile mon, can be scarfed, special, physical, pretty much whatever he really wants to run. Stealth Rocks, flinch me down with Iron Head. It does get that Serene Grace ability. Has 100 across the board on every base stat. Next up is Mega Venusaur. That could be offensive, defensive. It has really good bulk. Has good offensive coverage with like Earthquake, Knockoff, Outrage, stuff like that. Also gets things like Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb for good stab moves. Obviously, being able to be physical and special is really good. Infernape also can be physical and special. Gets Nasty Plots, Swords Dance. Can be Scarf, Specs, Banded, Life Orb. Pretty much can run whatever it really feels like. It is not one of his Z captains. The Z captains are Rachi and the next up Thundy T, who's also a really scary mon with the agility, Nasty Plot, all sorts of setup moves. This team is very setup based and it's something we'd be able to handle. Sylveon is just known for its hyper voice spamming. It did get nerfed this generation to 1.2 times the damage, so it's not as broken, but it still hits pretty hard and it's never something that we should sleep on. Blastoise is his rapid spinner. Also does good damage with like Scald, Ice Beam, pretty much whatever really. And then next up we have Latias, which is just pretty much a Draco spammer. Gets that Soul Dew. I think it still gets Soul Dew. I don't know if that's just Latios that gets Soul Dew. I think both of them do, but I don't want to be like too sure without actually checking myself. It's not gonna be on here. Alright, hold up. Soul Dew. Yeah, okay, so they both can get it. So that's definitely something we have to be careful of. It could be Scarf, I guess, to outspeed my entire team, since it doesn't outspeed my two mons, being the Mega Absol and the Raikou. And then next up is Diggersby, which is just an incredible mon. It has really low base stat, but it actually hits really hard with Return, Earthquake, Fire Punch, can set up Swords Dance, Agilities, and just spam Quick Attack and really just rip through my team, which is why we brought the Celesteela. Well, I'll get into that later. First up, we have the Garchomp here, which is the Scarf Garchomp. We don't need any speed investment to outspeed his entire team. We have 4 speed on there just in case we get knocked off by like Blastoise or not. I don't know if Infernape gets knocked off, but like Thundy T or Mega Venusaur. Then we do outspeed Sylveon, and we can hit 2 poison jabs on it and knock it out. EQ hits Rachi, Nape, and can Oko Diggersby if it doesn't quick attack us twice. Outrage 2 KOs Venusaur, 2 KOs Blastoise, and Oko's Thundy. And we actually have 2 Dragon stabs because Dragon Claw can Oko Lati, and then we don't get locked into Outrage. And it'll also bluff the fact that we don't have it, and then he knows that Dragon Claw is a 3 KO. If we are, I guess, Jolly, if he doesn't know we're Banded yet, or he doesn't know we're Adamant yet. And then he'll bring in one of those things, we can hit it with 2 Outrages after switching out. Next, and then we have the Poison Jab, obviously, for the Sylveon, which it will 1-hit KO if it does get the Poison and he's not running Leftovers. Because then it'll do 97, get the Poison, and he'll die to the Poison, but we'll go down as well. So I don't know if I really want to do that trade yet, or just switch out into something else. Next up, we have the Mega Absol. Outspeeds his entire team with 352 speed. Knockoff hits Jirachi, Latias, and gets rid of items like Diggersby, who could run Life Orb and just rip through my team. Could also get rid of an item on Thundy T, unless it is a Z user. Excuse me. Could also get rid of items like Specs Sylveon, or Leftovers Blastoise, or like Banded Infernape. Whatever really wants to switch in on knockoff. We have Psycho Cut, so we can hit Venusaur and Infernape, Iron Tail for Sylveon, and Sucker Punch because our team doesn't really have any priority, and I want to kind of get some advantages on that. Next up, we have Celesteela here, which is just bulky max defense. It pretty much walls Diggersby and physical Jirachi, which is pretty much what we're going for. Heavy Slam does 2-hit KO Diggersby and 2-hit KO Sylveon with 4 attack investment. Leech Seed Protect is just there for recovery. Protect is also there to scout out certain moves from mons and also to try to get some momentum. Also, on top of the Leech Seed, just being able to heal up. And then EQ hits Jirachi for a 2 KO, and it also hits Infernape on switch in, if he ever wants to go hard Infernape. Next up we have Raikou, who does outspeed his whole team just like the Mega Absol because they both share the same base speed. We actually have a Z move on this, which is something that I haven't been using recently, but we do have it here. It's Z Extrasensory into a regular Extrasensory will KO the Mega Venusaur, or Psychium Z Extrasensory after 30% of chip damage will knock it out. So that's pretty much what we have to go through there. And then we can be all good on that. Like, we just, after 30% chip, we just hit it with a Z Extrasensory, and it's finally gone, because it's going to be a huge wall getting Synthesis Recovery. I just want to limit all that. Volt Switch is good, and it hits Blastoise. It also gives me momentum into other things, like maybe Serena, or Skarmory, or it's not Skarmory, Celesteela, excuse me. And then Shadow Ball hits Lottie for a 2-hit KO, and HP Ice is a 2-hit KO on Thundy, obviously because it has the Volt Absorb ability, and we can't hit it with Volt Switch. Next up, we have Clefable. He's pretty much more of a support unit than anything. Running Wish Protect to Wish Pass and heal itself up. Running Stealth Rock to annoy a lot of his team, get some chip damage on certain things for some KOs that we need to. And Moonblast just so we get taunted, we can still attack and not have to go for anything. I wanted to run Psychic because obviously Venusaur or Rachi is a switch-in because they're both poison and steel types, countering the fairy type. But there wasn't a move to hit both because I don't get any good ground moves outside of HP ground, and that just doesn't hit it hard enough. I could run Shadow Ball, I guess. Psychic doesn't let me hit Rachi. So Moonblast was just kind of a mid-grounded stab. Can lower special attack, I guess. Do something. We are running max special defense just so we can take better hits from Sludge Bomb. I think it is a 3 KO if he's not invested in special attack. And next up we have Serena running Reflected Light Screen just for some more, what is the word I'm looking for? Support. Because if we get behind a Reflected Light Screen, we can take more hits from Blastoise and other things and start dealing out damage with our 3 offensive mons up here. Running U-turn so we can U-turn out into certain things if he wants to go hard into Infernape. Pretty much just there for momentum. Chop Kick is there because Volt Switch from Raikou into Chop Kick will knock out Blastoise depending on his spread. But if he's just max HP, it will knock out. And yeah, that is pretty much all we have on the team. Hopefully everything works out the way we should. We should be battling sometime soon because it is pretty much the deadline. Today is the last day to be playing all these games, so any match that is not done will be forfeited. And I actually want to fix this real quick. I also did want to mention that this speed right here will let us outspeed a non-speed investment on a Sylveon, so that'll let us get a free switch into either Clefable or Skarmory, depending on what we want to go into. So yeah, that is all from me. I am the Mighty Gliscor. I hope you did enjoy the team builder, and I will catch you guys later. Alright guys, this is the Mighty Gliscor here, bringing you the GBA FDL third battle of the league, I guess. It's more of a tournament kind of thing. This is the group stage right now, trying to get into the big battle of 64. So yeah, I'm just going to send this challenge and we're going to get right into this. If you haven't seen the team builder, check out the beginning of this video because that's when I do the team builder. So we pretty much expected everything that is on here. There isn't much else to really prep for. You only get a certain amount of mons. As we can see from over here, he did not bring Sylveon or Blastoise. So there are the two. Yeah, you two. So yeah, he didn't bring Sylveon or Blastoise, so we don't gotta worry about any of them. A good lead option against him could be Garchomp. It doesn't apply much offensive pressure, really, because we don't one-hit KO anything outside of Infernape or Jirachi. We should probably import our sets too. Alright. I think I forgot nicknames, to be honest. Or no, I didn't. So Garchomp, standard up Genji on like a Jirachi Stealth Rock lead. EQ could knock out. I mean, I could lead Garchomp. Depending on what he wants to lead, I can get some intel on certain things. Hopefully with the Raikou being... Okay, so he does lead Rachi. And I think I'm just going to EQ right away. I don't think I want to play any games. Although he could switch... Okay, wrong. I want to close this now so I don't get confused. I do apologize if the mic's really quiet. There's not much I can really do about it. I'm going to try to fix it like post-recording. But there isn't much I can really do at the current moment just because of everything that's going on. So I hope everything's okay because I'm trying to speak as loudly as possible. Obviously it doesn't want to pick everything up. OBS is kind of weird right now. I know it just kind of updated, so I'm kind of getting used to that and everything. So pretty much what we can do right now is we can either EQ this or we can predict the, one of his flying mons to come in and click Dragon Claw twice. But if we click Dragon Claw twice, I don't think it knocks out Jirachi. No, it does not. So we can click EQ here and then switch out accordingly. And that actually leaves the Jirachi at 5%. So we could have switched it. Oh no, because Absol. That sucks, really. So what we can do is go out into. We don't have Rapid Spin. We don't have any hazard removal, really. So we're going to go out into Clefable. And hopefully he doesn't decide. Okay, yeah, he's going to go out into Laddie. We could have, if we weren't Scarfed, we could have Dragon Clawed there, but I wanted to make this play so I could get up my own rocks. And that should, no, it doesn't knock out Jirachi, I don't think. He's going to get in Venusaur here, and our switch-in should be Celesteela, because Celesteela can kind of wall this thing, not really though. If we were running some sort of flying move, we could really do some damage to it. But Celesteela obviously walls both types, both grass and poison. HP Fire should only do a little to us, as he is going to set up his Leech Seed, which can be kind of annoying. What do I really want to do here? I need to get something in to do some damage to it, because this thing can get really annoying at times. Because it's just incredibly bulky. Celesteela from my set, the Skarmory 2.0. Heavy Slam should do some good damage. So he's gonna knock off our leftovers. I kinda wanted to go hard into this because of the knockoff coming, but I think I'm gonna do it now. And see what he really wanted to throw out. He was just gonna, oh my, did he just Giga Drain? Okay, hold up. He just Giga Drained to Celesteela. I'm actually kind of sick about that. Hold up. Absol dash Mega. It is this one. Psycho Cut doesn't even do that much damage, really. So we can Mega Evolve and Psycho Cut here. Although we aren't going to do a lot. We have 35. That actually does nothing. Okay, so the Raikou and Z Extrasensory doesn't even knock out. Oh no, that's a crit. Z Extrasensory does 61 to... Z Extrasensory should knock out here. As we see, he doesn't have any moves to really hit us. So, do we burn that Z move yet? Or do we go for the flinch? You know what, we're gonna go for it. Aha! He knew it was coming too. Alright, well, against Laddie, UU Showdown usage just only does about 50%. So we're gonna go hard into Clefable. This isn't really looking good for us. He's gonna Shadow Ball and gets the Spit F drop. We're gonna toss a Wish up in the air and hopefully let Celesteela try to catch that. He can't hit us anything outside of Psy Shock, which shouldn't do too much damage. He is going to switch out into Jirachi, which can be kind of annoying, but it seems to be somewhat of a physical set. So we are going to go out into Celesteela to take this hit and be able to recover up. Unless he's special and has some sort of Fire Blast. Fire Punch shouldn't knock us out because we are max defense. We come in, he tosses a Wish up, we catch ours. And we are going to fire an EQ right back. I mean, sure, we could Leech Seed, but yeah, we're going to fire an EQ right back at it. He's going to go hard into Venusaur, which does not take this EQ that well. or he decides to take it really well, then okay. So he doesn't have a move to really hit me outside of Leech Seed. Knockoff does no damage to me. Leech Seed is the only thing he can do to really recover off of me. I feel like he's gonna Sludge Bomb, predicting me to go into the grass type. I don't know what I can. I don't have a move that really beats this. I don't have a mon to beat this. I burned my Z move on the Lottie. He still has that Wish support going. I don't know what I can do here. This thing is kind of walling me and I don't like it. Yeah, okay. He's just gonna Giga Drain me, which should heal him back a little bit. I don't know. Can I win? I don't think I can win this 1v1. At all. There's actually zero way for me to win this 1v1. Because... okay, so he's actually gonna go out there Jirachi here. And I refuse to... okay, good. So he does fall down. We get our defense raised, which could be good, I guess. I mean, he gets to see that we're more of a bulky set. But we know we can sort of win the 1v1 depending on how much chip. He does lose his Wish Passer, which is good. We can always Wish Pass if he goes into things like Digger Speed. We did lose our offensive pressure for Lottie. He can go into Thunderous pretty freely here. We do have Serena as the solid switching instead of a light screen in front of it. Then we can go into Unaware Clefable if he is going to try to nasty plot up on us. That could be a game plan we could go for. If he wants to go into Infernape, yeah, that's gonna get scary. We don't. Okay, yeah. So he's gonna choose to go into Infernape instead. We are going to go out into Clefable. I refuse to believe he wants to Flare Blitz. All right. Well, we're gonna go out into it. Hidden Power. What? Hidden Power Ice. We're actually going to toss up a Wish here. He could Flash Cannon. What is its Fairy Beat move? I'm sure. What does he have to beat a Fairy move? Infernape. Infernape's Fairy coverage is Poison Jab, Gunk Shot, or HP Poison, which we know, and Iron Tail, so it has no special coverage to beat me, but I refuse to believe that he isn't running mixed. And he's just going to Flare Blitz me. It takes me down to 4%, and we're going to toss a Wish up. So after we protect and everything, we should have enough HP to live another one. Unless I'm incorrect on all this damage that we are healing. We catch the Wish, go to 66. And depending on that roll, we are going to check here. Clefable against a... Clefable against... my Clefable, not any of these. Clefable against Infernape. Let's assume that over... okay, and this is Infernape. We aren't seeing any sort of, I guess, Swords Dance. Flare Blitz should do 65 at max. And we can Wish up again. He's going to HP Ice again. Puts me in range of a Flare Blitz, so we're going to protect here. Alright, he gets me there. And we catch our own Wish. I don't want to get Sludge Bomb here, but I want him to predict something. I mean, I can go into this and start clicking Outrage, since he didn't bring Sylveon. And Outrage should do a lot of damage to almost everything on his team. We see that he's not Scarfed in Infernape 2, so that's good to be noted. You know what, we're going to make the play out into Garchomp. As he sets up the Leech Seed. This Venusaur is super annoying too. Because I don't have much to break through this thing. I don't have a Psychic type. I had a Flying type, but I needed it to play a defensive role to beat the Diggersby, who's just chilling in the back waiting for everything to get chipped away. His Outrage is a 2-hit KO, but with the Giga Drain recovery doing about 26 to 31, does that put it into an actual 2-hit KO situation? Because this will put him down to 50. He recovers about 26 plus Leech Seed. That's too much math to do in my head. How much does he recover from the Giga Drain? If it does 26 to 31, he'll recover about 1/3 of that, depending on if he has the big root or not. And that'll put him at 12% plus the other 12%. Is it Is it worth it to go for it? We have to go out and Scarm. Or Celesteela. Yeah. Jeez, man. This is such a struggle. We have to have him run out of Leech Seeds. He actually needs to run out of Leech Seeds. And we can't get knocked off on Garchomp. We aren't getting any recovery ourselves. I wonder if we are unaware to... Unless he just Sludge Bombs here. Okay, so are we unaware to that? No, we're not. He doesn't seem to be making any bold predictions, really. He seems to be making an easy play each time. And I feel like he's just going to Sludge Bomb here. So we're actually going to go out into Garchomp. As he goes for the knockoff and we lose our Choice Scarf. So now we don't outspeed Laddie, which means our only way to beat Laddie now is with Shadow Ball on this, which means it's probably going to Healing Wish. I'm going to click Outrage now to ensure this 2-hit KO. The Giga Drain does 27, he heals 53. We're trapped into Outrage. We need 3 turns of this. Nothing really wants to take an Adamant Outrage though. Laddie doesn't live. Infernape doesn't live at that percent. Diggersby does not take it. Thundy does not take it either because Thundy dies to a Dragon Claw. He's going to take another one, goes down to 42, clicks Giga Drain. We live on 1, and we're still locked into Outrage, and this should KO. And then we can also see if he has any move on Infernape. He can also take chip damage from... Because once this big wall goes down, then we should be really good. Because if he wants to sack anything off, he might lose some momentum sacking something off here. And also being at 28% kind of does suck for him. So that low roll, letting me level 1% actually might hurt him here. So pretty much we can see what he wants to go into. Anything that comes in is going to die. Infernape is going to die here. Yep. And now we just have to play with confusion rolls. Mega Venusaur will take 12% incoming on Stealth Rocks, and we need to KO with any move that does at least 16%, which if I am correct, Heavy Slam should do enough. Heavy Slam does 25 to Venusaur, so Heavy Slam will knock it up this percent. And I didn't mean to flash my home screen, or my menu screen from my computer, so I do apologize for that. We can save this thing for a sack, because we know he doesn't have any recovery himself on his Venusaur. How many hits can our Celesteela take? Because Celesteela is extremely weakened here against a Diggersby. I'm gonna flash this for a second. I apologize about that. If he's Fire Punch, he already does 50%. He is going to Quick Attack here, which will do 8%, and then we die to a Fire Punch. We don't outspeed him by any means. How much does Clefable take? Clefable just takes way too much from both hits. The play would be go in here, take the hit with Celesteela. He's going to U-turn out. So, whatever he wants to go into, like maybe Thundurus, we can go out and sack the Garchomp. Or I think I'm going to Leech Seed, actually. If I Leech Seed the thing, maybe he'll go for a Nasty Plot predicting the Garchomp sack. And then we can get some Leech Seed Protect going. We can Heavy Slam the Venusaur and kill from this percent. He does not have any manual recovery outside of Giga Drain. He does not have Synthesis, as we've seen his full set already. Garchomp has no use left. It has 2%. It can't come in on anything else. It can't really take any hits that well. It's pretty much just there for a situational sack to get in Raikou to start spamming attacks to win the game. He does go into Thundy, and I am going to click Leech Seed here, because he's going to try to Nasty Plot up, predicting the Garchomp sack. That's what I'm feeling, as long as he... or may he go for the HPS or something. I don't really know what he wants to go for here, but I am going to go for Leech Seed, so I can ensure that the best play works out. And Unaware Clefable should wall this thing indefinitely, and then we can Wish Pass around to, like, back to Celesteela, because if this Leech Seed play works, then we can Wish Pass. Okay, so he's just gonna make the safe play on Thunderbolt. Alright, fine by me. HBI should 2-hit KO from here and start sweeping the rest of the game. Do I want to take all this chip damage on Raikou, or do I want to go out into Clefable? I think I actually want to go out now because we need this thing for... I need to set up a Reflect to beat Diggersby. So I need to go out into Raikou here and start spamming HBIs. He's trying to lose... He's trying to get me to lose these Mons so he can... he's trying to get me to lose these Mons so he can win with Laddie. But I need to bring this Mon in and start spamming HBI. So we had a crit or something that'd be kind of not really deserving, and I should probably be saying that, but it does get us pick up this KO and ensure that we don't have a lot of chip damage. It should do at least 50 depending on his spread. If he wants to switch it out, nothing really wants to take HBI, so he can sack the Venusaur, and the Venusaur... Okay, so he's actually going to switch out into Laddie, and Laddie does not take HP Ice into Shadow Ball at all, unless this is Scarf Laddie. And we shall see. Okay, so he's not Scarf Laddie. We do knock it out. If he wants to get Diggersby in, Raikou against Diggersby. Quick Attack does not knock us out. HP Ice does about 50%. We're going to sack Garchomp here. And then go out into Serena and set up Reflect. U-turn should knock out. Okay, so Serena. Okay, whew. Okay, so we sack that as he goes for return. He was just going for the knockout. We don't outspeed. I think this thing just wins, to be honest. I don't really have anything for it. If I can get this Reflect up. Is the Reflect or Chop Kick better? Chop Kick just knocks it out. So I think I'm gonna do that. He might be scared of like Scarf or something and switch out, which he actually does into Thundy. So that's kind of clean. We are gonna switch out here into Clefable. Yeah, we're gonna go into Clefable. Assume we're Scarfed. Ooh, so he's back in the Sludge Wave. That is kind of annoying, actually. So that's actually a good thing we didn't stay in. Sludge Wave did 44. We can Wish up and hope that he switches up moves or something. Sludge Wave really just kind of sweeps my team. We can hit HP Ices on him all day. He can still switch in on rocks. Okay, so he's actually going to go back out into Venusaur. Does Moonblast, Clefable, all the way down here. Clefable against Venusaur. Dash Mega. This should do 9 to 11%, so there's actually no way it KOs. We can pass this into Raikou though. Although Giga Drain is actually gonna hurt. Hopefully this doesn't do too much. Okay, 38. He doesn't get a poison and we heal back up. We are going to click Extra Sensory here as it hits his whole team. It does knock out this thing. Diggersby comes in and takes more rock damage. 6%. We are slowly weakening this thing. Diggersby against Clefable does knock it out no matter what. We gotta find out if he's Life Orb. Did he ever attack me? Sure, he clicked return, but he clicked return on nothing. It failed. He clicked U-turn on Skarmory and nothing showed up, so maybe he's banded, scarfed. He switched out, so I can't assume he's scarfed. I feel like we just lose this, to be honest. Raikou doesn't do enough damage with his HP Ice. He actually only does 50%, so we need to weaken this thing. I guess I can HP Ice here. Okay, so he's actually going to U-turn. He's scarfed. He's actually scarfed. So return just sweeps now. So I wonder why he switched out Sphearing Scarf Serena if he scarfed Diggersby, because now return just sweeps. From 76, we can't knock out. We only do 57. So yeah, quick attack does not. Yeah, he's scarfed. So. And we don't have that thing still alive. drop kick. Might knock out here. If not, we lose. And he does. Oh, nice! We live. Oh no! We don't get the roll. No. Oh, that sucks. That sucks so much. We don't get the roll. That's actually a horrible. We don't get the roll. Alright, GG. Alright, so we ended up losing that, which means if we do go back on here, we should check out that we are currently now 1-2, and that puts him at 2-1. So we would kind of need him to lose again to Ryan and his RB Lepa Zigzagoons. Unless he goes. So pretty much what's gonna happen is the top 2 teams. So the GOAT and the MVP. I apologize if you didn't hear that. I was trying to wipe my nose because I'm got allergies and all the other stuff going on. Pretty much, he's finalized at 2-2. So if everybody else ends 1-3, which is impossible, him and this guy will go first. Although, what is gonna happen? I'm gonna go into 1-2 and -1 direction. I'll be 1-2 and 2, which means since he's 2-1, he'll go ahead of me. And when everybody plays him, because 3 people have to play him today, and if he doesn't play any of them, then I'll go to 2-2. And +6 because of the forfeit, or +5 because of the forfeit win, being ahead of him because I beat him and I have a higher differential and I'll make playoffs, or make the top 64. So there's a lot of situations that can go on. Obviously, I will be recording the one later today, and you should see it 2 days after this one, or a day after. However, I depend on scheduling these things. I got a whole lot of stuff going on. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, came down to a really nail-biter between Scarf Diggersby, excuse me, and if that drop kick would have killed or not. We're actually going to check that one more time. The Serena, if we would have had a little more attack investment, I guess it could have. Drop kick did 70 to 82, so yeah, it could have knocked out depending on his spread. We ended up getting an absolute min roll, but then again, so did he. He got 70%. When his absolute min roll, oh no, he's not life orb. That explains it. If he's not life orb, he did 57 to 67, so he's adamant. He's adamant Scarf. That makes sense. So yeah, he got mid roll, like about in here. So it's still a good game to him. I definitely had fun trying to worm my way out of dealing with a Venusaur. Maybe if we would have had a little extra HP on the Garchomp, which I can't really beg for because I got lucky on a 1% live, he would have took more recoil damage. But really good games to him. I don't think he does YouTube at all, so I can't link him down in the description. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys leave a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, do all the extra stuff you guys want to do to support the channel. I am the Mighty Gliscor, the coach of your New York Gliscors, and I will catch you guys later.